Bloomfield, home of the Buffalo Bison. Thermopolis Bobcats getting set to take on the Newcastle Dogies. We'd like to hear on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. It's so good to be back here. It's week 0, won't count toward the standings, but it's always good to see 11-man tackle football, or 6-man if you live in a smaller town. But either way, it's really entertaining to watch. Today's game is between the Newcastle Dogies and the Thermopolis Bobcats. The Bobcats' first of 2 opponents that they'll play from the 2A East this year. Of course, they'll have I can't really say points paying, but a record, or it'll count toward their record next week. They'll take on the Tongue River Eagles in Dayton next week. We'll be there. As for today, looking at a brand new season, it's always a brand new football season. It's always a good time. And we're glad to be here with you up here in the press box. It's full of Bobcats up here, as the Bobcats are technically the home team. The captains are at midfield here, ready to go. And should be a fantastic game on tap for you here today. Of course, as always, I'm your head commentator, Hayden Main with Two Basin Sports Network. You are watching Week 0 football on TBSN. Well, the Thermopolis Bobcats, they were just a game or so short of making the Class 2A football playoffs last season as the 4th seed. The Whirlin Warriors were able to sneak into that 4th seed. They lost in the first loss against the Warriors at home in the battle for the belt. That was the game, I firmly believe that was the game that kind of cost the Bobcats the playoffs. So they had a really good season, though, a winning season for the Bobcats. Boone Bowker in his second year with the Cats has really turned the program around. The culture has definitely taken a shift. I've talked to a lot of players over the years since Bowker was hired. That culture in that locker room has changed so much just in the last couple of years, and I have no doubt the Bobcats can put together a good season. They're also wearing some new uniforms today, bringing back the old numbers font from back in the day. I was in middle school the last time that this number font was used for the Cats, so it's awesome to see that back out there. Now let's return the stripes on this shirt, please. Thank you. I'm just joking. Anyway, with that, just going to let you know who's who here. The Bobcats are wearing their purple uniforms with the gold lettering.
Bobcats win the toss and elect to receive.
Sorry about that. The Bobcats are wearing the purple uniforms here with the gold lettering. Not really much else to say on the uniform, just an all purple, their regular purple helmets as well. Sure, we'll probably see more on the design of the helmets as the season progresses. The Newcastle Dogies wearing their away whites today with an orange stripe across the shoulder, orange numbering and black outline with black pants and a black helmet. You might not be able to see it on camera, but there's also numbering on the helmets today for the Dogies. And can't wait to see what we got here going on. A couple of these players we might be able to recognize for you as they play. Some of these guys played soccer, mostly Cole Erb. I remember Drew Konzelman, Colin McConkey, and Teddy Troffgruben played soccer last year. So we saw some of these guys back in April. That's about how long it's. I mean, it's any amount of time is too long for football without football. But Bobcats getting set to receive here in this opening quarter here. It'll be regulation for the most part. We were told that it's going to be stop clock, so it may not count toward the standings, but they're going to treat this like a regular varsity game. There will also be a JV game following after this, just like last year. We will not be broadcasting that, but we will be here for the 4 quarters of this varsity, quote-unquote varsity game here. So, with that being said, Newcastle getting set to kick it away. I believe that is Cole Erb back to kick here. Bobcats have 2 returners out on the 5-yard line, and we are underway for the 2025 season. Looks like that's going to go out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Boone Bowker entering his 3rd year as the Bobcats head coach, got on board in 2023. And like we said earlier at the top of the show, has completely turned this Bobcat team around. I did say some things about him last year, but I'm looking back at it. Really successful season for the Bobcats. One of their most successful in quite a while. Bobcats coming out for their first play of the game here. 1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line following the touchback. I do believe this is Pyle in at quarterback today for the Bobcats. Gives it off here. Going to be a run up the left side, up near the hashes. This is going to be brought down for a gain of only 3 on the play. Oh, thank you. So Cannon Boren in at QB. Oh, sorry. Yes, please, thank you. If you don't need it anymore. Bobcats coming out. They'll be lining up. They'll be lining up near side here, up toward the Bobcat bench. We got about three backs in the backfield in a two-point stance here. They'll hand it off into the middle here. That is going to be a log jam up toward the line, but he does get it up toward about, I'd say, the 36-yard line, about halfway.
Okay, so you can have about 2nd and 5. Or 3rd and 5, excuse me.
Looks like 3rd down and 5. First minute through here in this first quarter. We hope you are having a fantastic evening. Hopefully you're staying dry, too, if you're here in person. A lot of Newcastle fans on the other side of the field. They had a lot easier path to Buffalo compared to Thermop. They didn't have to go through a mountain at least. So I think that was a pitch to the near side. That is going to be a decent pickup there for Zach Hasty, but it won't be enough for the first. 4th down is coming up for the purple and gold here. I do believe it'll be 4th and 2, 10:30 to go in the first. Well, if you, like me, have been waiting for this all week, I got good news for you. We got more football coming up tomorrow as the middle schoolers will take on the Worland Braves 8th grade team tomorrow at Worland Middle School. We'll be there 9 o'clock sharp for that one. Pyle back under center, snap, and looks like a handoff. Looks like it goes to the near side, and ooh, good Lord. Chaos up here in the press box. Near side, it looks like I don't think they got the first down, so, ooh, wait. Never mind. I am very sorry about that. So 1st down, that will move the chains for the Bobcats. I think the Newcastle assistant coach up here thought that they were able to hold them back there. So with that being said, still a really good defensive stand there for Newcastle, able to draw the 4th down. And one man to his hip here. This is kind of that same wing formation that we've seen last year, too. For the Bobcats, that'll be a handoff to the right side. He'll be brought down for a gain of about 3 on the play. That was Zach Hasty, the senior, on that one. Another thing we saw a lot of last year, too, with the Bobcats, using their receivers a lot as probably shouldn't say that considering coach is probably listening for any intel he can get. I'm just joking. But, you know, we saw that a lot last year, that wing T. They were using their receivers a lot, pulling them in on motion, pulling them in on motions a lot last year. That's what Bowker and even McPhee back in the day used to do as well. Really utilizing the motion with the receivers. Bridger Pyle in about 5 yards or so off the center. Here will be a run to the outside, dodging his way through traffic here, and that will be Bridger Pyle on the carry. And it looks like a fumble, and Newcastle says they have it. And it looks like they are. Newcastle, I think we're just waiting on an official word from the referee here first. And referee agrees. Newcastle's going to have the football off of a fumble there. They got to shake it off, though. Week 0, you know, you're allowed to make those mistakes in week 0. It's a... But the Bobcats will have a little bit of a task here. The good news is Newcastle is not that deep into Bobcat territory. However, that can easily change in high school football, especially in 2A, especially in Wyoming. We've seen a lot of big plays made in 2A with this amount of yardage here. That's going to be a run here. Sorry, I didn't know if it was a direct snap or if it was a quarterback run there. I think, yep, Teddy Top Group and with the keeper. Not only is it a warm-up cycle for the players, it's also a warm-up cycle for the announcers too, so we apologize for mistakes here on the microphone. And looks like Newcastle kind of bunched in a lot here. That's going to be another run here for Toffgrub, and he'll get a lot of yards there midway to the chains. It'll be 3rd down coming up. So with that, it looks like 3rd and 6, I believe, will be the yardage we are given here. Remember, just in case you're just tuning in, Newcastle wearing the white uniforms, Bobcats wearing the purple. Oh, looks like an audible here for Newcastle. And it looks like it'll be a keeper here. Quarterback might be an option play here. He'll go to the near side, and he is taken down. That was the 23. Wait, no, not 23. Yep, 33. I meant to say that is Colin McConkey. Colin McConkey is listed as a fullback and a linebacker on the roster here, so we'll see him on both sides of the ball today. But a run to the outside. Unfortunately, the Bobcats read that like an open book, and just Newcastle, I don't know what happened with that audible there. Just kind of a odd play call there. Breaking out of the huddle, here come the Dogies trying to go for it here on 4th down. And it'll be a reverse here. He'll go to the near side. He's got a lot of yards. He'll break free to the 10, to the goal line. Touchdown, Dogies. And that is Dane Crabtree on the run there for the Dogies for 6. And they will convert it off of the 4th down. And so the Dogies, probably a little too wet on the field, also a little too early in the season probably to bring out the kicker. Oh, never mind, I stand corrected. Oh, never mind. Yep, they're bringing out a kicker, so I guess they have been practicing PATs. I guess I took this, I guess I expected a little too little here. But kicker here, it looks to be Cole Erb, soccer kid, so I'm not really surprised they have him in as kicker. Kick is up, and it is through, and that will be a conversion there for Newcastle. So they'll open up this game 7-0 here on the scoreboard. You're watching 2A Week 0 football on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. Dogies lead 7-0 here from Mike Moonfield in Buffalo, Wyoming. We'll be right back. You're watching Class 2A Week 0 football on TBSN. Talking back inside of Mike Moonfield here on Two Basin Sports Network. It's Week 0 action. Not on the 7089 this week, and we're on US 14, 16, I forgot which one, here in Buffalo, just east of the Bighorn Mountains. The trip through Worland, through Ten Sleep, through Meadowlark Lake, up through the mountain, and here to Buffalo. And this will be Bobcats' first of 2 through the mountain here, as they'll take on the Tongue River Eagles out of Dayton next week. That is a kick there by Cole Erb, and that'll be moved up to the far side hash. He'll return it. He'll go up to the far side. He's got some room, and he's going to be wrapped up, still on his feet. And they'll blow it dead right there while he's on his feet. I believe that was either Zach Hasty or Bridger Pyle there. So with that, the Bobcats will come out for their second offensive series. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done last time as they fumbled it to Newcastle, who ran it in for a 30-plus yard touchdown, courtesy of Crabtree, Dane Crabtree. So Bobcats out for their second series here. They got 2 receivers up to the Bobcat bench, one on the far side toward the Newcastle bench. 2 running backs to each hip here. Takes the snap out. That's going to be into the far side. He'll be wrapped up pretty much immediately there, but he does get a gain of about 2 on the play. And so with that, that'll bring up 2nd down and 8 on the play. 6:25 to go in the first quarter in case you're just tuning in. A lot of fans for both Thermop and Newcastle. A pretty good mix of orange and purple in the stands here at Mike Moon Field. despite a rainy trek. It's also rainy down there on the field as well. They said it was going to be raining for quite a bit here from kickoff on. So also a small thunderstorm chance back home in Thermop as well. From shotgun here, he'll move his man in motion. Zach Hasty moving. The snap, it'll be I think Pyle kept that, or not Pyle, I meant to say Boren kept that one there. So that'll bring up third down here from the, I think that'll bring up third down from the 39 or 34-yard line. So I believe it'll be 3rd and 7 as the wind tries to. And Newcastle trying to get a good defensive stop here. Bobcats still going up in that trips formation that they've been using all game here. Takes the snap. He'll drop back. He'll look for a room to run, and he'll be brought down. That'll be 4th down and the gain of 1. Cannon Boren under a lot of pressure there, was sent running for his life, and that'll be still a positive gain, but it'll be 4th and 5. Or check that, actually 4th and 6. I thought he got to the line there. Beautiful field here at Mike Moon Field. I liked it last year. Looks like they decided to keep the number design. I've seen that quite a bit on KC and not KC, but I think I've seen it on Midwest football field a couple times. I know Burns used it at one point. And they'll punt this one away. That one, not great off the boot there. Far side, out of bounds. Oof. It could have been a mixture of many things there. I don't know if the center just didn't get him a good snap there or if the ball was just a little bit slippery. Probably a mixture of both. But now Newcastle will be back on offense for the second time today. They scored off of a large breakout run by Dane Crabtree in the last drive. 4:20 to go in the first quarter as Newcastle starts their second series.
Hold on, we got people running in. Staying Isaiah.
And so Newcastle getting ready for their first play of the drive here. Receiver checking with the refs to make sure he's good there. And he'll go in for a block. It'll be a pass play. Newcastle down the field. It's Crabtree. It's caught. And he'll weave his way in. Touchdown, Newcastle. And that is going to be Crabtree's second score of the day. A rushing touchdown and now a receiving touchdown to add to his stat sheet. Well, if there was one. I think there is. But there is a flag on the play. We do have some laundry. Depends on who it's on, but looks like Newcastle staying put. Ooh, too many men. Either that or illegal man downfield. I forgot. Hold on. There's actually a guide up here. Yep. An eligible man downfield on Newcastle. That is, thank goodness, Buffalo actually has like a little signal sheet up here. I know my stuff when it comes to football, but the NFHS signals I'm still getting used to. But, man, that's going to be a touchdown off the board for the Dogies here. So 4:10 to play here in the opening quarter. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. We'll be in Worland tomorrow for middle school football as the Bobcats take on the Braves. The volleyball team took on the Braves as well. I believe I was there for that one. The 8th grade A team won their game 2-1. It was an awesome game to watch. Far side and a good wrap-up. He's still going. They're going to gang in. That is a big loss, or well, not really, about a 5-yard loss on the play for Newcastle. 4 yards, actually. Brings up second down for the Dogies. 2nd and 19, I believe. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I don't even mind your shot, to be honest with you.
Ooh, got some yelling going on down there. So 2nd down and 19 is the current situation here for the Dogies. Bobcats starting to get warmed up here in the cold rain here. The snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking. He's going to be under pressure. He'll run through the middle. One tackle missed, and he's wrapped up and brought down. And he won't get back to the sticks there, but I think that was number 75 on the tackle, Carter Mascaro, the junior D lineman. The Bobcat interior getting in there and making a mess 2 plays in a row. And, you know, as someone who played D-line and linebacker when I played football, it's always so much fun to watch the D-line do their thing. In my opinion, I have a soft spot for the D-line and the linebackers, because when they get back there, the O-line, and I say this as a Jags fan, they get back there, they make a mess. It's just crazy for everyone involved. It'll be a run to the far side, a wrap up and a tackle, I believe, for a loss there. Saw one of them get in there. I don't know. Saw Hasty get up in the mess there. I think it was actually 53, the James Witt, that brought down the runner there. 4th down from the 38-yard line for the Dogies. 2:13 to go here in the first. 3 receivers out to the near side. Looks like they're going to go heavy on the right here. There'll be a roll out to the right side. It'll be a pass play under heavy pressure by Mascaro. He'll throw it on the run, and it's caught. Oh, we got a dish rag out on the field here. Ooh, it looks like so. Newcastle. I think even if the penalty wasn't thrown, I think it probably would have been just short. Maybe I just need to get my eyes checked. And it is on Newcastle, so the Bobcats will be again the benefactors of that. That is Newcastle's second penalty on this drive. And so with that will respot the ball to the Bobcat 48-yard line, so very close up there to midfield. Newcastle, it looks like they're going with a similar formation here. Nope, never mind. They got... And this looks like they're going to punt this one downfield here. And Newcastle will just opt to down it there as the number 12 of Teddy Toffgrubens there to pick it up. And Bobcats will get this one back. And while they're switching,
I still don't see him downfield.
I actually think we'll stay on the air here. I think they're just going to go lickety-split here. And so with that, 144 from beautiful Buffalo, Wyoming. This town that was mentioned by name in a Chris Ledoux song once. Looks like double wing for the Bobcats here. And I think it's the second time they've gone with that here today. The snap, it'll be a run to the near side, and he is gobbled up by a herd of Dogies on that play there up toward the 5. So the Bobcats will bring up second and 12 here from the 8-yard line, it looks like, or 7-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Takes the snap. It'll be a run to the far side, and he'll be tripped up there, and he'll finally go to the ground. That is a run there by, couldn't see him there. Bridger Pyle, sorry. People with better eyes than I were able to catch that one, but Pyle on the run. So able to identify a couple of their main runners here this season. It's probably the best part of these opening scrimmages here in Week 0. You get to see who the top targets and runners will be. Takes a snap, drops back in the pocket, throws it to the far side. It's caught down the far sideline. It's Collins. He's going to get a first down and more out to the 30-yard line. And that's going to be a Bobcat first down. So Nolan Collins with his first reception on the day. 26 seconds to go. I think they were able to get him up toward the sideline there. Ball will be moved up to the 27-yard line. Bobcats on a fresh set of downs. They come out of the formation. Looks like clock has been stopped. Sorry. 2 men to a zip here. The snap. And it'll be a handoff to, or never mind, a fake there to the far side. And Cannon Bourne will keep it himself off of a fake to Bridger Pyle. We saw the Bobcats run that a lot last year. They kind of relied on it for the most part, trying to go on those quarterback runs for the most part. Clock running here. I don't know if they're going to get another playoff before the end of the quarter, and they will not. Horn sounds here from Mike Moon Field, the end of the first quarter, and Newcastle is up 7-0 here in Week 0. We'll be right back. You are watching Week 0 football here from Class 2A on Two Basins Sports Network. Bobcats trail 7-0 under the Dogies. We'll be right back. I'd like to welcome you back inside of Mike Moon Field in Buffalo, Wyoming, here east of the Bighorn Mountains, here in beautiful Johnson County. Well, I think we're about an hour and a half so drive from Casper, and about a half hour, 45 minute drive from Gillette. So, and then we're kind of sandwiched in between some good company here. Still raining here in Buffalo. The snap and the run up the gut here, and he is going to get a couple yards, about 2-3 yards on that one. Third down is coming up for the Bobcats, 3rd and 5. Man, football season in full swing. You can catch most of the action here on TBSN. We'll be here for all the middle school games, all of the JV games, and most of the varsity games. We will not be in Cokeville this coming October. Instead, we'll keep our eye on the volleyball team that weekend. Bobcats doing their same little formation here. They're going to go to the near side. It's tripped up, and ball is fumbled. And Newcastle says they have it. And the rain has definitely been a factor here with some of these Bobcats have coughed the ball up a couple times. It looks like they're going to keep it.
It wasn't down. Oh, my goodness.
Never mind. It looks like they are going to. So 4th and short here is the situation. 11:15 to go here in the second. Like I said, the rain has definitely been a factor today. And, Shane Corpening taught me this one thing: rain is football weather. It's really fun to watch it. It just brings me back to a varsity game against Bighorn a couple of years ago where it was pouring the rain at Leroy Hayes Field. So much fun to watch. The snap, they're going to go with a run up to the far side. That'll be probably good enough for a first down by Bridger Pyle, the senior, and that is another Bobcat. First down. Looks like that's going to be up to the 40-yard line. So 10 yards away from midfield, still stuck in their own territory, up toward that kicking toward that kicking marker there. So a fresh set of downs for the Bobcats here. Not really slow and steady wins the race here. Bobcats trying to just move the ball downfield without coughing it up. Takes the snap. It'll be a run to the near side. And he is going to get double teamed there on the near side. That was Pyle again with the run. And it'll be a decent little gain there, about 3 yards or so. So second down coming up for the purple and gold. Well, we already talked. We've already talked to death about the game coming up tomorrow for the middle schoolers. Let's talk about the JV. They'll be hosting the Shoshone Wranglers on Monday. We'll be there at Leroy Hayes Field for that, right here on TBSN. Or if you're sick and tired of my voice by now, you can also, I believe, watch on NFHS Network. One man to his hip, sends Hasty in motion here. It'll be a run to the it'll be a keeper here by the quarterback. He's going to get a first down and a little bit more and take him down close to the 42-yard line. Referee officially has him marked him down, has officially have him marked down at the 43. I'm stumbling over my words here. Another first down for the Bobcats. So the fake handoff to Zach Hasty, and then Boren takes it on his own there. We said this a lot. They used Armani a lot last year with those types of fake runs, and looks like they're going to do that with Bridger here as well. So they'll come out for a fresh set of downs here. Has a receiver to the near side here. Takes the snap, and looks like it'll be that'll be a Pyle on the run there again. So he did get a little bit there, but not much. Newcastle's interior has been doing a decent job of stopping those handoffs for the most part when they come into the middle there.
He didn't do bad. He kind of just punched and then filled down the line.
And so with that, of course, do keep in mind Newcastle has a coach up here giving them constant feedback. So Newcastle taking that, head coach is relaying that to his players. You're just going from there. It's something like you'd see in college or in the NFL almost. Oh, and they got a jumper on the near side, number 54. That is Nathan White, called offside. Number one rule of football, watch the snap. They teach you that in I wouldn't be surprised if they taught you that in flag football, but with that is going to give the Bobcats a couple extra yards without sacrificing a down. Great job by the Cats drawing the offside there, but Newcastle has to watch the snap there. Like I said, number one rule of football. It's usually the first thing you're taught. And that is going to be a direct snap here. That'll be a run up the middle, and they tried to sneak it up the middle there. I almost said not really an Eagles play there. They didn't have someone push them in the back, so I can't really say tush push. But first down for the Bobcats. I believe that is either their third or their fourth first down conversion of this game, or of this quarter, and it'll be a timeout for Thermopolis. So we'll take a quick breather, and we'll be right back from Mike Moon Field in Buffalo, Wyoming. Still 7-0, Newcastle on top. You're watching Week 0 football on Two Basins Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. I'd like to welcome you back inside of Mike Moon Field in Buffalo, Wyoming, home of the Bison and home of today's contest, a Week 0 contest between the Thermopolis Bobcats, as they are scored as the home team on the scoreboard today. Last year they were able to be the visitors in the game last year, won that game 12-7 last season with Del Dukes with that game-saving touchdown with time expiring. Will we see that today? Who knows? Shotgun here, snap. It'll be a run up the right side here, and he'll be brought back. That is Pyle on the run there for the Cats. And the Bobcats have had little success running it up the gut today. Newcastle's been there to stop it every time, but when the Bobcats kind of noticed they run it to the outside. They have a quarterback, like a quarterback run, like a read option almost. Like they kind of have more success with that. And with that, the snap. Boren under pressure. He'll run it near side. He's going to break free. He's still up there up the middle. It's just a little bit short of the sticks. 3rd down. Just once again.
Hey, we might want to watch sneak again, maybe, if they're under center.
Just once again, the trips getting Newcastle off guard there as Cannon Boren was able to get a healthy amount of yards there. 3rd and 3 coming up, though, 7 minutes to go. And the rain is picking up here in Buffalo. We can actually see it out the window here. That might make the running game a little bit more difficult here for both sides. Two backs, it'll be a fake handoff. Boren will run up the middle again. That'll be a Bobcat 1st down. Oof. So you had 2 backs in the field there. And Bobcats actually now no, not quite, 21-yard line. So they are knocking on the door of that Newcastle end zone here. In motion there, looks like be Jordan Garrison, the junior out there. And a run to the near side. Tries to cut up, and he'll move up to the middle, and that is Stone Pebbles on the run there. And he'll be brought down for a nice little gain of about 4 or maybe 5 on the play. 2nd down coming up for the Bobcats. That is Pebbles' first carry of the game, to my knowledge. 5:53 to play here in the opening half. And I'm telling you, this is a game that you kind of don't want to end. I'm having a great time up here. And it makes me want more. That Tongue River game cannot come soon enough. Looks like trips again here for the Bobcats. The snap will be a run to the left side. This is going to be Hasty, the receiver, and he'll be wrestled down there by number 44, Dane Crabtree. Speaking of, while we're on the topic of that, I'm really impressed with how Dane has played today. He should have 2 touchdowns on the day had it not been for that flag earlier in the game. But Crabtree did have a running touchdown earlier in that first quarter. In fact, he holds the sole lease on that real estate here today. Bobcats will line up far side hash. Trying to see the formation here. I think they're just going to have him under center here. And it'll be a run up the gut, it looks like, and he is going to be brought down. I do believe that was the 4 again, a Bridger Pyle. So that will keep the clock running. 4th down coming up for the Cats, if it wasn't there already.
Hey, but they're not under center, though. Yeah, twins.
So with that again, back into shotgun here. And he'll drop back to pass, throws it, he'll sling it to the end zone. Hasty is up, and he can't hold it in. Almost, but it just barely slips out. I think that's a turnover as well. Oh, man, what a job by Zach Hasty. Just couldn't get it in, and Newcastle will take over inside their own red zone. But Newcastle, there is a bright side for the Bobcats, though. They have pinned Newcastle deep in their own end of the field here, so not exactly all roses for the Dogies here. Newcastle coming out here for their 3rd offensive series, I believe this is, or 3rd. 4 minutes to go, a run up the middle here. And he'll be brought down. Didn't quite shoot through there, quite powerful enough there for the Dogies. It'll be a gain of about 3. So 2nd and 7, ball on the 22-yard line. 3:46 to go with a running clock here. And Newcastle get ready again here. Lining up with 2 receivers. It's going to be a botched snap. He'll fall on it, though, so Newcastle will keep it. A good play there. I believe that was McConkey that fell on it there for the Dogies. I might be completely mistaken there. It was either McConkey or Crabtree. So 3rd down and a lot here. So it looks like 3rd and 16 is the situation for the Dogies. And so with that, they'll come out of the huddle here. They got a lot of yards to make up here at this part of the field. And they can't afford to turn the ball over either. If they do, that is a very dangerous spot. In motion is McConkey. The snap, a little bit high there, but he's able to get a hold of it. It'll be a pass. Under pressure. He's being chased, I believe, by Mascaro. He'll throw it to the dirt. And with that, that will bring up 4th down and 16 as the quarterback is sent running for his life on the play there. He was being chased by a tank known as Cruz Mascaro, the senior defensive lineman, getting in there and wrecking stuff there. And I have a really good feeling that Cruz Mascaro, this is his senior year. I believe I think he's gonna have a really good season. He impressed me last season at the defensive line position as well. So, and I think he's only gonna get better here. And honestly, if a college doesn't offer him a scholarship at the end of this year, I'm gonna be mad. And the punt here, that one way short there. That'll fall up near the 30-yard line, and it'll be marked at the 30. That is going to be where the Bobcats will take over. I believe it rolled out of the end zone there. 2:33 to go in the first half here. Bobcats coming in for their 4th offensive series of the night. The rain has lightened up a little bit, but you can definitely still see it out the window here. Oof. And we already know the Bobcats technically, I think, only fumbled once. They were called down on their 2nd fumble. But Newcastle and Thermop have been trying to wade the waters here as the rain just continues to fall here in Buffalo. And it'll be a run up the near side. He's going to break through, and he'll be brought down by 2 different defenders there. I think the main tackler there was the 21. Or that's not the 21. I think I need my eyes checked. Okay, never mind. That is the 21. I think that might have been Phillips, I think. Cason Phillips. Yep, Cason Phillips. Okay, thank you. So Cason Phillips there in on the tackle. Good job there by the CB to make the play to help with damage control there. Handoff up the middle. And it'll be a dog pile down there, a pride of Bobcats and a herd of Dogies down there on the play. And like we said all day, those handoffs, unless it's a sneak, the Dogies have usually had success stopping that, and that will be a timeout again for the Bobcats. And so with that, they'll be down to their final timeout. Newcastle still has yet to take a breather, so we'll be right back from inside of Mike Moon Field here in Buffalo, Wyoming. You are watching Week 0 football on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. Timeout expires. We're back underway here. Second quarter here in Week 0. We hope you're having a great day. Shotgun here, 2 men to his hip. Takes the snap on a double count here. And it'll be a keeper here for Boren. He'll keep it on the near side. Newcastle reads it like a book, and they're going to be able to stop him there for third down. I think Newcastle is getting a lot better containing those inside runs. So Bobcats might have to kind of give up going for those sneaks here. Or at least, well, I wouldn't say that, but like go for them a little bit less frequently. Trips formation for the Bobcats. Boren with the snap. Throws it to the near side, and it goes through the hands of Dylan Myers on the play there. The junior not able to haul it in. And would you look at that? We got a rainbow here in Buffalo.
But he saw that. He did a good job getting out on that bubble.
Yeah, you can't see it on my camera, but that's all right.
I don't know, buddy. Do you want to try in Indiana? I know your hitches will be on then.
So with that, we got the referees saying another timeout for the Bobcats here. They'll be down to their third and final timeout here. So we'll take another breather here on TBSN. Newcastle still has all theirs to play with here for the remainder of the half, but we'll be right back. Talking you back here inside the booth here at Mike Moon Field in Buffalo, Wyoming, home of the Bison. 2A football here. It's week 0. We know Worland's taking on Upton Sundance. So be keeping tabs on that. We'll also deliver some scores to you at halftime for volleyball as the Bobcats are currently in the Lander invite. They are getting set to play Worland, actually. And a run up to the left side, and that'll be a stop for the Dogies. It looks like he'll get to about the 4-yard line, though. So that's another Bobcat first down, and that will actually bring up they'll bring up first and goal here for the Cats. The snap. They'll try to run it. Boren tries to go for the goal line, and he's just short. I saw him there, and looks like, ooh, okay. I was a little worried there about the 54 there for Newcastle. It was a little slow there to get up, but that timeout's been taken. So we're very confused. We'll be right back. Talking back inside the press box at Mike Moon Field here in Buffalo, home of the Bison, the Bobcats, and the Dogies taking on each other here in week 0. And the Bobcats on second and goal. Cannon Boren almost got in for a touchdown, but they are on the 1-yard line. Bobcats lining up, quarterback really close to his center here. They got 2 running backs, I believe, back there. It'll be a handoff to the far side, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Bobcats! And I believe that was Zach Hasty on the run there. And so with that, the Bobcats will get their first score of the game. And Bobcats going for 2. So they want to take this lead right now. Oh, and I think one of the Dogies jumped off. There'll be a run to the far side there. Ooh, okay. I don't see any flags on the field, so I guess I might have been deceived there. But Bobcats will stay down by 1 here. We'll be right back here for kickoff as the Dogies will get their turn to try to answer here. They still have the lead by 1. We'll be right back. You're watching Week 0 football on Two Basin Sports Network. Well, we just caught up with chat here. Hello to Jaden Boren. Thank you for tuning in. Cannon Boren, obviously quarterback out there on the field. We might recognize that because Jaden was on the 8th grade team for basketball last season. So thank you for tuning in. Sorry we didn't get you there earlier. So with that being said, kickoff here for the Bobcats. Thank you so much for all of y'all tuning in. There are a crap ton of you here, so we'd like to thank you so much watching, whether you're from Newcastle or Thermopolis. Absolutely appreciated. Or if you're out in the middle of the shack in the middle of the Bighorns or something, thank you. And the kickoff here, Newcastle there to return it. He'll move up toward from the hashes there, kind of skips by. He'll go to the far side. He's got some room. This is Court Perino with the ball there, and he'll go to the far side. He's taken down. 31 seconds to go in the half here from Buffalo. And the rain's starting to kind of move out just a little bit. We had a rainbow. Actually, we still have a rainbow here. But it was raining pretty heavy in the mountains on the way over here. It was raining at kickoff, and it's starting to let up a little bit. But hey, it's football weather, baby. Oh, no, it's definitely still raining. So with that, Newcastle will get set for the series here as they are close to midfield. The snap, he'll look to go for a pass to the near side. It's caught, and it's going to be a tackle there by the 4 of Bridger Pyle. He'll bring down Dane Crabtree on the play. I've already sung my praises about this kid, but I'm really proud of how Crabtree's been playing today. I'm stumbling over my words.
Timeout. Call a timeout.
And the Newcastle coach is screaming for a timeout here, but that'll be their first timeout used here, according to the scoreboard. So we'll be right back. That is a Newcastle timeout here. 2nd down and 6 on the play here. 16 seconds to go. We'll be right back. Dogies call a timeout here. It's like talking you back here inside of Mike Moon Field, home of the Bison. I apologize. We're not going to be able to say home of the Bobcats until Monday when Shoshone comes to town for JV football. 9-man should be interesting. That'll be here on TBSN. Also, we got middle school football coming up for you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. There'll be a run up the near side. He'll push his way through.
Go, spike it.
And they're going to try to go for a spike here with the time they have. And apparently we got a timeout, so 9 seconds to go here. A lot of timeouts here, so sorry for our audience about the constant whistles here. But, uh-oh. So the lights are on here at Mike Moon Field, and we got a timeout here for Newcastle. We'll be right back. Looking back here, it's a bobbled snap. Newcastle trying to get away from it here. He'll still roll out to the right. There's a flag on the play and a player down. They'll try to swat it away. Buzzer sounds. And we got one slow to get up for the Bobcats, James Witt. And he's being helped down there on that near side, and he is up on his two legs. But I think he was trying to go for the ball there. I don't know if he was hurt there or if he was just really, really frustrated. But either way, good job by Newcastle to salvage the play there, but the buzzer sounds here. So with that, 7-6 is your score here at the half. We will be right back from inside of Mike Moon Field here in just a moment. We got 24 more minutes of football coming up for you right here from Buffalo, Wyoming. You're watching Thermopolis Bobcats Week 0 football on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. Newcastle leads here at the half, 7-6. Let's welcome you back here inside of the press box here at Mike Moon Field here in Buffalo, Wyoming, home of the Bison. It is still Week 0 football here on Two Basin Sports Network, and we are still in halftime at this present moment. So got another 4 minutes or so left on the board here until the Dogies get set to return to start the third quarter. Now let's move into your TBSN halftime show with scores from around the two basins here in just a moment. Starting off with taking a look at some of the volleyball scores for Thermopolis as they have participated in the Lander tournament here for volleyball. I'm trying to had it. There we go. So Thermopolis was supposed to play Lander today at the Lander Invitational. There's not been any scores really recorded yet on YO Preps. We'll keep looking on Max Preps. They were also supposed to play Worland today at 5:30. So with that, not really much there. It looks like they're not keeping this updated for the most part. So we'll actually be there for a volleyball game against Wind River within the next week or so. So excited to be there next week for varsity volleyball here on TBSN. But some scores from the Douglas Invitational with some of the people from the Wind River and Bighorn Basins. Buffalo took on Wheatland today in the Douglas Invitational. Wheatland ended up taking down the Bison today in 2 sets. Wheatland won that first set 25-17, 25-18 in the second set. Cody took on Wright today in the tournament as well. Cody ended up taking down the Panthers 2 sets to none, 25-18 and 25-9 respectively. And then Bighorn took down Alliance, Nebraska today in 2 sets as well. So Wyoming showing some muscle against the Nebraska teams in that tournament. Looking up to some, trying to look at the Dogger invite here. Trying to see if there's any. No, I guess there's not. Matiti did not play in that tournament, so we'll just move on from that. The Cokeville Invitational today. Sorry about that. I guess we'll just move on from that too, because there's no Basins teams in that one. I guess that's all we got for you on the volleyball side of things today. We're going to move over to football, as a lot of Week 0 action going on here. And also the start of the first week of the season for the 4A schools as well. And this one, they're not in the Wind River Basin, at least I don't think they are, but Jackson took on Linfield Christian out of Temecula, California on Thursday. Jackson actually took down Linfield Christian 24-22. Good Lord. So Wyoming showing some muscle to the California team. Cooper Kinsler had a touchdown run and a touchdown catch for Jackson as well. A lot of stuff going on there for Class 3A. There is a game today. Powell will take on Riverton they started at about 6 o'clock. That game being broadcast on County 10 and also streamed on KPOW for Powell. In the Basin here, Burlington taking on Encampment tomorrow in Shoshone. So that game will be interesting. Or today, I guess. They just kicked off about an hour ago. And then after that, DuBois will take on Riverside tomorrow at noon. And also, 6-man Jamboree, I believe, is tomorrow. That'll be in Farson. The middle school 6-man Jamboree will be in Shoshone. So that'll be definitely something if you want to watch some of the smaller schools. St. Stephen's will also take on 10 Sleep tomorrow at 5 p.m. That'll be a scrimmage. Tongue River will also play Sheridan at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So those are your scores from around the two basins here. We are about ready to start. I'll be back in 1 minute for kickoff here in Newcastle. It will be set to return. Taking you back inside of the press box at Mike Moon Field here in Buffalo, start of the third quarter. It's the Newcastle Dogies taking on the Thermopolis Bobcats here in week 0. Just keep in mind this game will not be counted toward the WHSAA standings. This is kind of like they are recording stats, though, which is interesting. But this game will not count toward playoff eligibility or anything like that. So do keep that in mind. This is just kind of like a scrimmage of sorts. There will be a JV game after this, of which we'll not be broadcasting. I will stick around probably for a little bit to watch that, though. Probably will be getting home a little bit later than I initially planned, but can't be home too late because we got to get over to Worland tomorrow at about 9 a.m. sharp for middle school football, as the Thermopolis Bobcats take on the Worland Braves 8th grade team. So with that, that'll be on TBSN from Worland Middle School on their football soccer field. Bobcats getting set. They're placing the tee, getting ready to get back to kick it away here. Just another friendly reminder of who's who. The Bobcats wearing the purple uniforms with the yellow lettering or numbering, I guess, and purple pants, purple helmet. Newcastle wearing their away whites with orange shoulders, black pants, black helmet, numbering on the helmet, although you can barely see it. Well, with that being said, third quarter about to start here from Buffalo. We do appreciate everyone who's tuned in up to this point. There are a lot of you. Appreciate every single last one of you. There are 40 concurrent right now, which is a record for football coverage on our channel. We had a basketball game last year with Wyoming Indian and Wind River that got about that many. So that's almost a record, actually, entirely for the channel. So thank you. With that being said, back to kick it away. Third quarter underway from Buffalo. Back to return. They will fall on it. A textbook play there for Newcastle, falling on the ball. It kind of reminds me of a play I was involved in for middle school back in 8th grade. We were playing Rocky Mountain. It was actually the start of the third quarter, actually, and it was pouring the rain in Cali. Ball came my way, and I fell on it on special teams. So that was awesome, but that's what that play reminded me of. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Dogies. Bobcats out on defense here to start. So let's play a little game. Will Cruz Mascoro hurt the QB today? I'm just joking. But no, Cruz Mascoro putting up a really good performance in that first half. He was making the quarterback run for his life that entire half. So a run here out to the far side, and he will get a gain of about 8 on the play. That was Dane. That was Dane Crabtree, the junior, on the run there. 2nd down and 2, I believe, for the Dogies. 11:42 to go here. And the sun actually starting to show itself toward the end of the day here, as we got a little bit of sunshine over there, them hills over there. And the snap and a run to the near side. And he's still on his feet, finally wrestled down there by Bridger Pyle on the play. Thank you. And so with that is going to bring up 3rd down, so the Bobcats able to prevent the first there on that play. And Newcastle, we know how they started off in that first quarter, kind of jamming it down on the run plays, but let's see if they want to switch it up here in the second half, or if they want to see if it keeps working. Bobcats have been finding ways to shut it down, though, on those inside runs. The snap, and it'll be a direct snap here. It'll be a 1st down and a little bit more. He'll be wrapped up and taken down by, I believe that was Roberts on the takedown. So Dane Crabtree, another run. Either that, actually, no. It might have actually been Colin McConkey. Yeah, I think it was a 33, so it might have been McConkey. So that's another Dogie 1st down on the run. Newcastle right there. They've broken into Bobcat territory. Historically, the Bobcats have clamped down much more when they do break into that territory. It'll be a run to the outside, a wrap up. It'll be taken down. I believe it was McConkey on the run there. 0. On the tackle. Okay. No, been told Nolan Collins on the tackle listed as a defensive back today. So covering that outside, it looks like he kind of knew where that play was going, was able to clamp down on it pretty easily. Still 2nd down and 10, so Newcastle did not get any gain from that. They also didn't lose yards, so that is a bright side for the men in white. Takes the snap, rolls it back. He'll try to look. He'll pump fakes. He'll pump fake again. He'll move to the near side, and he will not evade the 4 of Bridger Pyle as he goes in for the tackle, the shoestring there, and that'll be 3rd down, and I think that'll be 3rd down and 16, I believe that will be. So a huge loss on the play there on the QB. And I think he probably should have let it go when he had a receiver there. And didn't really look too far downfield to see if he had any options there. But so 3rd and long here is the situation for the Dogies. .33 adjusting his spot here. The snap. Drops back the pass. He'll let it go. Slings it over the middle. It's caught. And that'll be in for a 1st down and a little bit more as Dane Crabtree hauls it in. Man, I'm telling you, Crabtree's been lining up the Bobcats on the receiving end of things. Does have a rushing touchdown on the game. He should have had a passing touch or a receiving touchdown, but that was taken away because of the penalty. So, I mean, he's been doing really well today on the offensive side of the ball. Definitely someone to watch out for if you are a team in the 2A East. They'll have Crabtree out there to the near side as a receiver. Sends a man in motion here. A bit of a high snap. It'll be a run to the near side off a jet sweep. And they will keep him on his feet, and he's finally brought down. The run there on the carry by Colin McConkey, the senior. So great run there for McConkey. He stopped with a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 7, so more like a 3-yard. Ball is on the 34-yard line. Sun is starting to set here in Buffalo. We had a little bit of sunshine on the hills over there, but going out toward Gillette, but that is no more. Sun is starting to set. We did barely go into the night in last year's contest. JV game will certainly be under the lights. McConkey moving back and forth. Here will be a screen pass to the far side, and he just barely holds on to it. He was bobbling it just there a little bit, but he is able to haul it in. 3rd down for Newcastle on a 1-yard loss. Uh-oh. Do we have a player down?
I don't mind wicket. I don't mind wicket either.
Don't think so. So Teddy Troffgruben getting the play call from the coach here. And Teddy's been kind of under the radar, I feel like, but he's been doing pretty well. He's had some pretty good plays today. He could definitely sling the rock a little bit if he has enough time to do so. His O-line has not been helping him today. Troffgruben will go under. He'll try to pass it way downfield. It's going to be intercepted! What a play by the Bobcats! I'm trying to see who it was, though. I think it was Garrison. Okay. Jordan Garrison, number 9. I thought I saw number 9, and I did. Well, what a play there. It was a one-on-one situation. One of those 50-50 passes there. It could have gone either way. That could have either been a Newcastle touchdown or a Bobcat pick, and it was a Bobcat pick. It does suck to be in that situation as a receiver. Unfortunately, I just don't know. He kind of has to try and come up for that, but either way, I didn't really get a good enough look at it. I don't know if he could have come up for it in that situation. I don't know if Troffgruben kind of overthrew it a little bit. The snap. Bobcats back on offense. There'll be a run up the gut here. Looks like it'll be just a small gain, about 4 yards or so here for the Bobcats. Just a reminder, the first official varsity contest of the season will be against Tongue River in Dayton. If you can make the trip through the Bighorns, we do encourage you to head out to Tongue River High School as the Bobcats have their yearly opener against the Tongue River Eagles. 5:47 to go here in the third quarter. It's been a really entertaining game. Again, it's one of those games you kind of don't want to end. Boren has a lot of time. He'll throw it over, and Collins not able to get a hand on it. Might have been a little overthrown there by Boren. And Nolan Collins is a senior on the roster here. So Boren with a lot of time. I don't think I think he's kind of used to rushing his throws. We know Armani didn't have a lot of time in the pocket either last season. The offensive line just historically has not been that great for the Bobcats. The quarterback usually does not have much time to make a play, but Boren, that one window where he has more than 2 seconds to throw the ball, unfortunately just gets a little bit too paranoid there on that one, kind of overthrows his receiver. So definitely something that they're going to have to work on with him here. It'll be a pitch to the outside here, and lowers his helmet there, and he'll get there. That is number 2, Zach Hasty on the carry there. So 4th down and inches here. Barely could slide a credit card between those markers there. And they're stopping the clock here. So 4th down here. And wonder what the Bobcats are going to try to do here. Just go on a halfback dive, see what you have, or guess we'll just have to find out. Newcastle trying to chant their way out of this one. Defense chants coming from the players and the fans on the far side. Boren under center. And they're going to try and push it forward. Might have enough. And he definitely has enough. He's marked down with more than enough yards there. 1st down, Bobcats. And the Newcastle interior, unfortunately, not able to stop it on the play there. So that is another Bobcat 1st down past the 20 here. 4:38 to go. Looks like another double wing formation here for the Bobcats. They've been that and trips, I believe, have been their main formations today. And that'll be a run to the near side. He's going to bounce his way out. He's got a big run past midfield, down to the 40, far side 30, the 20, the 10, breaks the tackle, touchdown, Bobcats! And a heck of a rushing touchdown, almost 70 yards on the play. Man, you gotta love it. The Bobcats managed to break off a huge run. He even shakes off a defender that was able to catch him there. He was running out of gas, but he is able to haul it in past the goal line. And the Bobcats with their first lead of the game. And this was the exact score line at the end of last season's game. 12-7. It's like deja vu here at Mike Moon Field. So getting ready to come in for the kick. It looks they did not attempt a PAT their last touchdown. They're going to do it this time. It's up and way short, so definitely going to have to work with it on that. And with that, that is going to conclude that drive. The Bobcats up 12-7 here from Buffalo. And a huge run there is, I believe it was Pyle that ran it in. So we'll be right back in just a short moment here for the start of this next upcoming offensive series for Newcastle. Bobcats take the lead for the first time today, 12-7. Newcastle in a 2-quarter scoring drought so far. We'll be right back. To welcome you back inside of Mike Moon Field and a little bit more sunshine here in Buffalo. Week 0 football on TBSN. Remember, we got some sponsorship opportunities open for the football season. We're broadcasting high school, varsity, and JV, as well as middle school football. Get in contact with us, 307-388-9203, or email us at twobasonssportsnetwork@gmail.com for more details. Your sponsorship helps guarantee our coverage of Bobcat football and select volleyball games this season. Bobcats will boot this one a little bit shallow, but they'll get it inside the 15. Now past the 20, 25, down to the 30. And he'll bully his way through for a little bit more yardage there. And so Newcastle will take over. Bobcats back out on D here. Well, Newcastle's last offensive drive ended in a painful interception there as Troffgruben tried to pass it a little bit deep to his man, and it was intercepted by one Jordan Garrison. So let's see if they can get something out of this drive here, or if it'll end the same way. Newcastle, after that touchdown they scored in the first, they've just not been able to fire off just as well. They've been having a lot of troubles on the offensive end of the ball here. And what are they doing? A flag, and we saw this. We saw them do this audible in the first quarter as well on the drive that they scored on. But let's see what the flag is for.
So what are we supposed to do when we jump over the ball and fire off? Because it is supposed to be fucking football. If they get into the goddamn ridiculous.
And so it looks like they're going to wave off the penalty here. It doesn't look like the ball's moved any. Newcastle coach definitely not happy with that there. Oh, and well, it's the Bobcats' turn to jump that time, so Newcastle will still get the benefit from that. That's the Bobcats' first time jumping on the snap today, which got to hand it to them for the discipline the first couple of quarters, but you got to watch the snap. Newcastle got called for that earlier in the game. You cannot, you can't go when the quarterback says hut. That is something they teach you at the Pee Wee level. You got to watch the football if you're on the defensive side. It'll be a direct snap here. Far side, he'll be gobbled up there by a pride of Bobcats, number 33, Colin McConkey on the carry. And he kind of just went in a linear path there on the far side, just went in an arc and just didn't do much else other than that. You got to give Newcastle props for trying to shoot through the gap there, but it's just going for something that wasn't there. This is my professional opinion. So they'll line up Colin McConkey on the near side here. Looks like shotgun here. Sends McConkey in motion to the right. It'll be a fake jet sweep there as he'll drive through on the far side. He pushes through. Couldn't tell which gap he got through there. So that's another Dogie first down off of the quarterback keeper there by Teddy Troffgruben. So the first down here for the for the Dogies. Still in Newcastle territory. They haven't broken into Bobcat territory. And like I said on that last drive, the Bobcats have, over the last couple of seasons, done better on containing plays on defense when they get past that midfield line. That's just a trend that I've noticed over the last couple of years. Far side here, it's a run for Dane, and he'll be taken down at about midfield, maybe the 49. And I think they will mark him inside the Bobcat 49, second down. Dane Crabtree on the carry there. So second down and 4. Ball scoreboard. Yep, never mind. They got the football on the 50-yard line. Technically still in Newcastle territory. So with that, Newcastle down 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to go in the third. The snap. It'll be a run to the far side on a keeper. He'll get a first down and a little bit more. He'll finally be brought down near the 35. And so with that, another keeper there by Troffgruben will bring up another Dogie first down. So Newcastle, they're kind of doing the Bobcat method. They're giving Teddy the ball and just letting him run with it down through that A, maybe B gap. I don't know. I can't really tell. They'll come out 1st and 10, ball on the 38-yard line, 1:40 to go here in the third. Still got 12 more minutes of football after this. Troffgruben sends it downfield and almost picked. He caught it! And he hauled it in. First down for the Dogies again. What a grab! The last time they went on a 50-50 ball, it ended up to the Bobcats, but they will keep it this time. 1st and 10, 1:25 to go. So Newcastle will break out, and they're going to send Pebbles off the field here. So they're going to do some subs. Takes the snap, looks like a jet sweep to the far side. Nope, fake jet sweep, and they'll get by and gets through one of the Bobcat defenders, and it looks like he's going to be in. Touchdown, Dogies. Thought for sure he was going to get tripped up just short there, but no, he brings it in. And they are going absolutely bananas down there on the far sideline. .105 to go in the third. And looks like Newcastle, I think, is probably going to go for 2. No. Yes. Maybe. Nope, they are going to go for the PAT here. Now they got a T out there, too. And they try to draw the Cats offside. Kick is up, and it is good. So Newcastle will take the lead back, and this is starting to heat things up here in Buffalo. We'll be right back. Newcastle off of the touchdown. We'll be right back here with 1:05 to go in the third. 13:05 to go in the entire game from Buffalo. We'll be right back from Mike Moonfield in just a sec. Next, talking back inside of Mike Moonfield here in Buffalo. Teddy Troffgruben, I do believe, was the one who scored on the run there. Newcastle plowed through the Bobcat defense to get through. And now they will be getting set to kick it away. It is 12-14. Newcastle taking the lead. They are perfect on PATs today. So both teams have scored 2 today. Bobcats have not been able to get in on any of their PAT attempts, though. They tried a 2-point conversion on their first score of the game back in the first half, but whiffed on the PAT, or whiffed on the kicked PAT on their last touchdown. So with that, it'll be a kick to the near side. They'll let this one go out to the goal line.
Go.
So a touchback looks like it's going to be the call there, as I believe Hasty was trying to down it there. You kind of see the rainbow here on the camera. It was raining just a little bit here in Buffalo at halftime, and it's been raining most of that first half, but it's kind of let off just enough here. We saw a little bit of sunshine on the camera earlier in the third, so it is definitely starting to clear up in terms of the weather. Hopefully the mountain isn't pouring buckets of rain like it was this afternoon. Bobcats back in, 2 running backs up to the hip of the QB here. The snap, and it'll be a keeper here, and he'll bring it down there. That is Cannon Boren on the quarterback run. So with that gain of 4, I believe, it'll be 2nd and 6, if that is the case. And we are into seconds territory here, 45 seconds to go in the third. Fantastic game here from Buffalo. Again, us here in Thermopolis would like to give a big thanks to Buffalo High School and the Johnson County School District for hosting us here here in Buffalo. Bobcats and the Dogies are having a fun time out there on the field. And a pitch to the outside on the option play. They're going to try and fall on it. I don't know. It's still loose. I think that might have been. Newcastle is acting like they got it.
Here we go. Let's just go 16, baby. Let's go.
Oh, no. Yeah, it looks like I think they got Newcastle. I think they got Newcastle to possession there. And that might be another thing they might have to work on in practice on Monday. Just if they're going to run those option plays, they got to work on those pitches. We know last season they had a couple problems on those speed options where they just kept fumbling on those on the outside pitch plays, and that's just not. If you're going to run the option, they got to get that cleaned up. But man, that could have been something there. I think I saw a Newcastle player come out of the wing there. It might have been a loss, but at least it wouldn't have been a turnover. And a run to the outside. It's another keeper here by Troff-Gruben, and there is laundry on the field. And 75 got hit there, Mascaro. As Mascaro, I believe, was trying to go for the tackle there. Unfortunately, he got him at the hip, but just wasn't able to bring it in. And it looks like it's a penalty on Newcastle. So substitution infraction, I think is what they call it there. I don't know. They called something on Newcastle there, but it will be 16 seconds left in the third quarter. They will put Newcastle back. I'm trying to see if they're going to change the thing here. So first and goal still for Newcastle, it looks like, at least for now. Shotgun takes the snap, and he's going to look to pass here. Throws it to the near side, and it looks like that was caught. Hauled in there, I believe, by Cole Erb, the senior, on the grab there.
What is he doing? I mean, he ran right to the flats, right where he pulled him out.
And so with that is going to be the buzzer for the third quarter, 14-12 here on the Daktronics scoreboard. Here from Mike Moon Field in Buffalo. With that being said, there's still 12 more minutes of football to play here in week 0. Hope you're having a great night, and we hope you're enjoying the game. We still got another quarter coming up for you. At the end of 3, Newcastle leads 14-12. I'd like to welcome you back here inside of Mike Moon Field in Buffalo as we get set for the start of the fourth. Ooh. And the snap, it'll be a pass play here. They're going to look to go as Troff-Gruben goes to the near side, still on his feet, lowers the shoulder, and he'll get down near the 10. So it is still a goal, and we got a Bobcat down. It is Nolan Collins, a little slow to get up. Collins will just walk to the sideline. He got a little bit beat up there on that play. He tried to go for the tackle. So Collins, hopefully he's okay. They'll probably check him out there on the sideline as he's walking to the other end there. So, and the trainer just left the press box to my left, so probably going to go check him out there. We'll keep tabs on him. Fourth quarter here in Buffalo. And they got to have a big defensive stand here. Third down, takes the snap. Troff-Gruben looks to pass. Throws to his left side, and the screen doesn't work. It's incomplete. And the intended target there, I believe, was Cole Erb, who hauled one in toward the end of that third quarter. Not able to do it that time. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Dogies. Great show here. And the Bobcats trying to put on a red zone stand here in the start of the fourth quarter. So with that, I think Newcastle's looking to throw here if possible. They have to. They're out to the 13-yard line on 4th and goal. I don't really see much of a choice. And so with that, we got a timeout. Newcastle is going to call a timeout, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on Two Basins Sports Network. 4th and goal coming up from the 13-yard line. 11:07 to play here in this game. You're watching Week 0 football on Two Basins Sports Network. Like talking back here inside of Mike Moon Field in Buffalo for Week 0, the Newcastle Dogies playing the Thermopolis Bobcats, who are being scored as the home team today. If this game's played in 2026, Newcastle will get the home honors, I believe. 4th and goal, the snap. Troffgruben looks to throw. He'll sling it over. That one's up. It's through his hands. Turnover on downs. And I believe he tried to get it to Court Perino, and that is going to be incomplete. Bobcats will take over 1st and 10. It was a great pass by Troffgruben, though. It just went right through his hands. That could have been a great play there. Troffgruben's been setting his guys up for success. I feel like it's just the receiver just could not come down with it. So with that, Bobcats will take over. Looks like trips again here for the Bobcats. Trips left. And they'll move a man in motion. Handoff. Left side. He's going to break through. He's got some room. He's going to get to the 30. Still on his feet. He'll get up to the 35. And that's another Bobcat. First down. What a play there. And I do believe that was Pyle again on the run. And he shot it right on through the B gap. Beautiful job there to try and get that first down, and he got it. Bobcats need to score here. 10:42 to go. They got Myers lined up on the near side toward the Bobcat bench. Sends a man in motion. It's going to be Hasty. And it'll be a run on the near side. It looks like a bit of a delayed handoff. And Bobcats have been doing that a lot today. When they hand it off, they wait like 2, maybe 3 seconds on the run, and then they hand it off. It's like the quarterback's leading them there, try to go in as a lead blocker. And we got an injured Bobcat on the field, so we'll take the camera off, and we'll be right back. You're watching Week 0 football here from Buffalo. We got an injured player. We'll relay that to you here as soon as we can. Bridger Pyle's the one that went down on the play. We're back. A little bit of cramps there, it looks like. But Fourth quarter about ready to resume. 10:18 to go in the fourth, and we hope you're having a great day, whether you're watching from Newcastle, Thermopolis, or a random shack in the Bighorn National Forest. We'd like to thank you so much. It's been a great night here. Again, a huge thank you to Buffalo High School as well as the Johnson County School District for having us here, both Newcastle and Thermop. Looks like doubles here in the backfield. They'll keep the clock going. The snap. And looks like a delayed handoff to the far side. This is going to be Stone Pebbles, and he'll be taken down. About 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up. 10 minutes even to go here in tonight's action. Don't forget, tomorrow we are going to be live from Worland Middle School as the Thermopolis Bobcats take on the Worland Braves 8th grade team as the start to that middle school season. And then on Monday, we got some JV football as the Shoshone Wranglers pay a visit. Shoshone will also be paying a visit on next Saturday for middle school football, so we will see you there. Through the middle there, and they will shoot through, and that will be an amazing pickup for the first down. And the run was by Zach Hasty to get him out to the 48-yard line, or 49. Man, Zach Hasty's been doing really well on the runs here so far today. Very impressive basketball player. We all know that already, but a really good football player too. I thought they had him at receiver last year. He's been more of a running back today. Looks like triple here, and that will be into the near side. It's Hasty, the receiver, coming in on the run, and that will be second down after a pickup of about 4, maybe 3 on the play. Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 7. 9 minutes to go here in the game. Bobcats just trying to move downfield. Again, limiting the turnovers. The rain may have stopped, but that field is still extremely wet. The ball, as a result, is probably super slippery still. And you saw on that last drive the Bobcats had, they turned it over on that option play. Under center, takes the snap. It'll be a run up the gut. He'll lower his shoulder, and he will move on through, and he tried to bully his way through for more yards. They does pick up about 2 on the play. 3rd and 5 coming up. Gotta be careful what I say because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up the scorekeeper here. Ooh, 3rd down. Newcastle's trying to get into it. Gotta love that, the fan involvement and the player involvement. I don't even care that it's the other side doing it. I love it. I absolutely love it. 2 running backs. It's going to be a drop pass, or it's going to be drop back for the pass is what I meant to say. He is running for his life, throws it in a hurry, and they cannot pick it off. 4th down and 5 coming up. What the Bobcats kind of have to try to convert here. I think the Bobcats have only punted once tonight. Every other time they've gone for it on 4th, but that's been because they've been in short yardage situations.
Watch the ball, okay? Watch the ball now.
I think they're going to go for it. They're keeping their offense out. Oh, no, Bowker wants a timeout, it looks like. Yep, Bobcats are going to use their first timeout of the half, so we're going to take a quick breather, and we will be right back. Still 14-12, Newcastle on top here in the 4th. 7:54 to go, 4th and 5 for the Bobcats when we come back here on the Voice of the Bobcats. I like talking back here inside of Buffalo High School here at Mike Moon Field. 50 of you watching here on YouTube. We thank you so much. It's been an absolute banger of a game here tonight, 14-12. Remember last season here at Mike Moon, it came down to a final play. Dale Dukes hauled it into the back of the end zone to win 12-7. And they'll haul it deep. He's going to burn him. Hasty with the catch. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Bobcats. Zach Hasty with the haul. Bobcats may not use their passing very often, but when they do, this is exactly what happens. Hasty hauling it in for a long-range touchdown. And it was a drop in right there in his breadbasket for the touchdown. You got to love it. One of the most exciting plays, one of the most exciting ways you could score here. He had a really good throw. Cannonborn impressed me during the JV season last year. I'm glad they're giving him reps here at the varsity level. 7:46 to go here in the game, and wondering if they're going to go for two here. Bobcats now have the lead. Newcastle has to score on this next drive. Bobcats have to make a heck of a stand here. Hasty lining up near side. They're going to go for two here. Question is, will it be a run or will it be a pass? They're going to pitch it out to the left side. And they'll try to drive on in, and the Bobcats say that they're in. And the referee says so as well. The 2-point conversion is good. And it is 20-14. The Bobcats on top here in Buffalo. And Newcastle is put in a little bit of a scary situation here as they will have to score a touchdown to try to win here in Buffalo. 7:46 to go here from Mike Moonfield. In just a second, Zach Hasty with a long touchdown to take the lead. We'll be back here from Buffalo. You're watching Week 0 football here on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. I'd like to welcome you back here inside of Mike Moonfield. I just seemed to forget to switch the scene here, didn't I? Anyway, it doesn't matter. 20-14 is your score. Zach Hasty with the touchdown, followed by a 2-point conversion on the run by, I believe it was by Pyle. I don't have Brandon Deramita up here to tell me who, so oops. So we're going to get ready to kick it away here. Number 31, back ready to kick it away. That is Tanner DeLay, the freshman. DeLay boots it deep up to the 20 here. That'll be caught, and they'll try to run it in for some more yards down the sideline, and they'll lower the shoulder. Court Perino on the run. The Crow's Nest coach wants a penalty here, and Newcastle is going to come out for another offensive series. The Thermop fans are starting to get rowdy here. If the Bobcats can play like this all season, I think it's going to be a really fruitful season for the Purple and Gold. Can't wait to see what they do against Tongue River. We will be in Dayton next Friday. We hope to see you there as well. If not, Middle School's got you covered with their home opener next Saturday against the Shoshone Wranglers. JV will be able to break in the field for the first time this season against we got a bobbled snap, and they're going to take him down immediately. Cruz Mascaro on the tackle. I'm telling you, man, if I'm an offensive lineman, I'd be having nightmares about Cruz Mascaro this season. This kid has been wrecking the offensive side of the ball all night tonight. Cruz and Carter both have had really good nights tonight, I feel like. And they are recording stats here today, so they'll be able to look at that and reflect here. Maybe have some confidence heading into the Tongue River game. Big hit! Far side, and he lights him up! Man! He threw a screen pass, and the defender was right there waiting for the hit. I believe it was... Hold on. I have reason to believe that it might have been Zach Hasty there on the tackle, seeing that he plays corner, and that's exactly where that hit was made. That was a heck of a hit there on that far sideline. 3rd and 11 for Newcastle. The clock's still rolling, by the way, 6:22 left in this game, and Newcastle has to score here. Uh-oh. And we got dish towels on the field here. Let's see who it's on. And it looks like it might have been it is on the Dogies. 6:15 to go, fourth quarter. Newcastle sent back 5 more yards. Ooh, looks like they're going to line up Court Perino on the near side. I'd watch that number 10 if I were you. And it'll be a pass play. Rolls out to the right. He's going to look, pump fakes. He's going to roll out again. He's going to chuck it deep to the near side and almost picked off. Intended for the 44 of Dane Crabtree. Broken up there, I believe, by Boren. Great job there on the defense, holding strong. 4th and a Walmart parking lot. Almost halfway through the 4th. 4th down and 16 is the play here. So that does stop the clock here. Keep in mind for the fans who are, well, if you're in attendance, I don't know why you'd be watching, but but there is a JV game after this. It'll be a kind of a scripted thing. Like they'll have a limited amount of snaps, and that's going to be a fumble. Did they fall on it? Yes, they did. That is a mistake that the Bobcats cannot afford to make this in this situation. They've got to haul it in. Zach Hasty coughs it up. Oh, man. And Newcastle will have another shot. A fresh set of downs. Kind of consider it like, like a 40-yard pass or something. It's just they have a first down now because of that play. But the Bobcats have been in this situation a lot tonight. They've been able to hold pretty strong. So we're just going to have to see. A run here, far side, and they'll go up near the chains. So second down coming up. I think it'll be probably 2nd and 4. Yep, 2nd and 4 here on the play. So with that, Bobcats are going to have to play the best defense that they've had all night. D-line have got to try and rip through and get into the backfield in which way they know the QB is going to try and scramble out. They just got to try and figure out which way he's going here. Looks like it's going to be trips here. Sorry about that. And it'll be a run here up the middle, and that will be another Dogie first down inside the red zone. So a red zone alert for the Newcastle Dogies here. First one that we've called out tonight. 1st and 10. Bobcats looks like they're going to be going strong near here. And a bit of a high snap. There'll be a quarterback keeper up the middle, up toward the hashes here. That'll be taken down. About a gain of 4, I want to say, on the play.
That's okay, though. They've got 4 on that.
Second down and 6 for the Dogies. 4:44 to go here in this game.
Not doing a very good job with our short guard pushing out on the D tackle.
And so with that, got some subs here for the Bobcats. It looks like coming in is going to be Bridger Pyle. Under center here, sends a man in motion. It's going to be a fake handoff. They'll go to the right side, and they'll take him down. Tackle made by Colby Deere.
The second we get anybody want to do an all hitch.
And so with that, Newcastle, third down situation here, 3rd and 6. They have to score here. Bobcats, I have kind of a gut feeling here that if they get this ball back, the Bobcats are going to try and use as much time as possible. Who wouldn't, right? That's kind of a stupid thing of me to say. The snap. Going to go to the far side here. He's going to try and run it. Trying to weave his way through. He'll get a first down, a little bit more, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Dogies. And the score by the quarterback, Teddy Troffgrub, and he'll run it in for 6.
One gives you the lead, buddy. I mean, that's what you got to do.
And now it's tied up at 20. And Newcastle has made both their PAT attempts tonight, so let's see if they do it here. If they do, the Bobcats still have time to work with, but they're going to have to definitely use it wisely here, and they're going to have to make sure they don't turn the ball over. Holding the snap here is going to be Teddy Troffgrub, and kick is getting ready to come up here for the Dogies. Takes the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So Newcastle will retake the lead. This has been a tight contest all night. And the Bobcats will have another crack at it here. 21-20 is your score with 3:25 to go here in this game. We'll be right back. You are watching Bobcat football on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. I'd like to welcome you back. Just a reminder for our audience, coming up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. sharp is going to be middle school football as the Thermopolis middle school football team opens up their season against the Worland Braves 8th grade squad. They'll be tomorrow from the Worland middle school football field. We'll be right there on site. And then Monday, the Shoshone Wranglers come to town to take on the Bobcats, breaking in that new scoreboard that they put up at Leroy Hayes Field. So JV team will be having that home opener on Monday. The varsity team's home opener is not for a couple of weeks yet. They will be on the road against Tongue River next week and then Worland the week after. I believe they will be hosting Kemmer, to start off the varsity home season. A lot of home games on the schedule this year. Bit of a late homecoming this year against Lovell, I believe. So, or Lyman, actually. It's October homecoming. And we have a return here for the near side. That is going to be the number 9. I believe that was Jordan Garrison that picked it up for the Bobcats. So they will try here on this fresh drive. So the Bobcats will have another crack at it, 3:19. If they turn the ball over, that might be game. Unless the Newcastle team manages to do something on the next drive. But this drive, it's score or bust here, pretty much here on this drive. Looks like trips again here for the Bobcats. Trips right. Takes the snap. And he'll hand it off to the near side. That's Pyle, and he'll be wrapped up by a herd of Dogies on the play. Looks like a gain of about 5. I smell barbecue. 2nd and 5 here. Remember how the game last season ended? Came down to a last-second touchdown by Dale Dukes. Got a big grab in the back of the end zone. Takes the snap. Boren steps back to throw. He's going to launch this one deep, and it's just barely overthrown there. It was intended for Zach Hasty. He had a couple options down there. I also saw Jordan Garrison downfield. That could have been a good target there. And we know Cannon's got an arm. Okay, we know he's got an arm. But so that's definitely going to be something to watch this season. And the good news is Cannon is a junior, so he'll be here hopefully next season. And so with that, Bobcats coming out on 3rd and 5. I feel like they have kind of the pick of the litter here. Do they run to the outside or do they try to go for a pass? And it'll be a pitch to the outside here to Nolan Collins, and that might have been just short. I don't know.
This guy has it short, and the other guy has it on the
Newcastle coach isn't quite sure either of what the thing is here. It looks like they have it on the 34-yard line, but is it enough? It looks like they're going to go with 4th down here. So 4th and
Get ready!
Not even 4th in inches. It's more like 4th in millimeters here. And they're going to drive it here. I think that might be enough. I think, yep, it's going to be enough. First down for the Bobcats, down to the 45. Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. There's nothing else you can really call it. This is peak Friday Night Lights. 46-yard line, so I do apologize. I said 45. It is actually on the 46 here. And so with that, here come the Bobcats again. They got a fresh set of downs, a little bit less pressure, but the clock is running. They still have two of their timeouts here. Takes the snap. Boren back to pass. O-line holding up. He'll sling it down the right side, and it's caught! Collins hauls it in! And that's another Bobcat first down. And, man, that was a heck of a catch. Collins, Hasty, both of them hauling it in, making the big plays. And, you know, I said this earlier, but during the JV season last year, I was super impressed with Cannon Boren. That has not changed a bit. Boren steps back. He goes up into the pocket, throws it, and it's picked off. And they'll throw it to the near side. They'll go to the near side, and Teddy Troffgruben on the interception. He overthrows his receiver, and there's no flags on the field either. And the rain is picking up again here. You can see it on the light posts. And Pyle overthrows his receiver. Well, I think that's definitely something they're going to have to work with Cannon Boren in practice. He's got a great arm, but he's got to learn how to control the passes, not overthrow his receivers. He's done that twice tonight. And like I said, I do see this kid doing really good things here for the team. And that's a big play in the backfield. 105, and looks like a timeout here. Hope's not lost yet for the Bobcats, but they got to make some big stops here on D. And, you know, even a safety might be enough here, but we'll be right back. It is 21-20. Newcastle has the ball with 1 minute and 3 seconds left. We'll be right back. We'd like to welcome you back here from Mike Moon Field in Buffalo. 21-20, a lot of late game drama here. Newcastle has the ball after an interception by Teddy Troffgruben on an overthrown pass by Cannon Boren. Good news for the Bobcats is they're pinned super far back here. They're inside their own 10, they're inside their own 10. They're on the 9-yard line. So Bobcats could try to force a fumble here, probably. Takes the snap, rolls out to the left side, and a big wrap-up for Boren! What's the call? And they got him down at the 3. Timeout called immediately there. And what a stop by the 6 of Cannon Boren. I saw him come through there. Just came in flying like a jet, and a timeout has been called. What a stop, and a timeout has been called. We will be right back. talking back. Bobcats break out. 57 seconds left. Third down in a Walmart parking lot for the Dogies. Bobcats do need a stop. It's on the 2-yard line, so a safety would take the lead for the Cats, mind you. They tried to draw the Bobcats offside there, it looks like. Ooh, tried it again. Ooh. And another timeout this time for Newcastle. We'll be right back. I'd like to welcome you back. One timeout left for Newcastle, according to the scoreboard here at Buffalo High School. No timeouts left for the Bobcats. Newcastle on 3rd and 20. They just called a timeout after failing to draw the Bobcats offsides. Last thing Newcastle needs is a fumble or a loss here. He'll drop back to pass, throws it, and overthrow. Boren almost gets the interception, and they have to punt it now. Troff Grubin just had his receiver, but just put way too much under it, and he's lucky that Boren did not get back and intercept it. 4th down and 20. Ball on the Newcastle 2-yard line. This is the stuff that they make sports movies out of, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know what's Newcastle going to try to go for here. They're going to punt it. That one's up, and I think they're going to try it down it here. That is really good field position for the Cats. That's at the 31. And Dane Crabtree was there for it. I don't know if they touched it or not. But the referee blew it dead either way. Bobcats have one last chance. Roughing the kicker. So it looks like, according to the athletic director who's sitting to the left of me, looks like there's a roughing the kicker call on the Bobcats. Oh, no. I didn't even see the flag on the end zone there until it was a little bit too late there. So, okay, so I'm hearing claps from the Bobcat sideline. I'm hearing Bobcat fans happy. So, wondering if the call was still beneficial here for the Bobcats. So, extremely lucky there for the purple and gold, but they got to be careful with those on those punts, especially with that little space there. They've got to be very, very careful. Referees will call those. They will call those roughing the kicker penalties. Bobcats get super lucky here. They will have an offensive possession. 1st down and 10, 43 seconds. They got no timeouts. Boren drops back, throws at the far side. He's burning, and that could be. Yeah, that's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. I don't really think it'd be worthy calling pass interference there. Dylan Myers, unfortunately, did kind of lose his bat. I think he just slipped there on the turf, but 2nd and 10. Very, very lucky play there for Newcastle. They've been kind of letting a lot of calls go tonight on both ends of the field here. Well, the rain seems to have simmered down here, but the temperature is still rising here in the 4th quarter. 2 men to his hip. Looks to throw on the screen to the near side. It's Hasty. He's going to try and move his way through. He breaks 3 down the sideline, inside the 15, and he's down. 25 seconds to go here. Uh-oh. We got whistles. Was there a timeout? And a little bit of confusion up here in the press box, me too included. We had a whistle down there from the white hat on the field. So we're trying to see what's going on here. Ball is on the 13, I think.
Trips. They're singling them up.
Trips formation here for the Bobcats. Ball on the 13-yard line. Boren drops back the pass. Throws it to the left side. It's caught! And they're going to have to hurry back to the line here. That was hauled in there by Bridger Pyle. They could try to run it here. They could probably try to go for a dive to the right here. Depends on if there's a timeout or not. So 4th and 2 looks like. So this is going to be it for the Bobcats here. 11 seconds, 4th and 2. What do they do from here? It's their choice. I'd personally try to run to the far side, but I don't know. I don't get paid to make these decisions. 11 seconds on the clock. 2 men in the backfield here. Boren drops back pass. He's being rushed. Throws it up to the far side, and that's incomplete. So 4th down, that's going to be turnover on downs. And Newcastle will get the ball back. 7 seconds left. Unless there's a flag, I don't think there is.
It's our ball. We just got to take a knee. Victory. Let's go.
So Newcastle will walk out of Buffalo with a victory here in week 0. Will not count toward the standings, but the Bobcats, they were on the receiving end of a victory here in Buffalo against Newcastle last season as the white jerseys. Newcastle wearing the away jerseys will win by 1 point here. They'll go into victory formation. 7 seconds on the board, and the Bobcats cannot get it done on the last play like last year. But they will take these lessons from this week 0 matchup and go into the first week against Tongue River as a better team. And that is going to conclude week 0 here from Buffalo. JV game coming up here from Buffalo here in just a moment. We will not be broadcasting that, and unfortunate ending there for the Bobcats, but congratulations to the Newcastle Dogies, and we hope you have a safe ride home tonight. Of course, a big thank you to Buffalo High School and the Johnson County School District for putting this on for the Dogies and the Bobcats, and gives the fans a little bit of relief from their football withdrawal. It also gives these two young teams a chance to see what they need to work on for the upcoming regular season. We got 8 weeks of football ahead in the WHSAA calendar plus the playoffs. Well, it's been an incredible day here from Buffalo. We had a lot of fun calling this game, and we hope you'll join us tomorrow from Worland as the Thermopolis Bobcats take on the Worland Braves tomorrow for middle school football. A little bit of a prelude to the battle for the belt coming up in September. So next week, the Thermopolis Bobcats varsity team will be on the road in Dayton to take on the Eagles of Tongue River High School. After that, they'll be on the road against the Worland Warriors. So they'll be starting off their first 2 weeks of the season on the road. Their JV team will open out at home against the Shoshone Wranglers on Monday. We will be there at Leroy Hayes Field for that. And until next time, we'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. A lot of you have tuned in tonight, and we thank you so much for that. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Thermopolis is the best community in the world. With that being said, we'll sign us out here from Buffalo. And
Sorry for the extra cussing.
yeah, we'll see you tomorrow from Worland. And until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Please drive home safe and do not pet the buffalo. Newcastle wins 21-20 over the Bobcats here in week 0.